Entrepreneurship is fun, and it brings with it some really cool periods of heightened creativity, and they're absolutely brilliant. And if there's one thing that we can prepare you for is how to capitalize on those periods of brilliant creativity, but also to prevent the inevitable like energy crashes that happen during and after that time. Think of any time where you've been really involved in any kind of a project and you're going, and then once it's done, you just majorly crash and burn, and it takes a few days to recover from that. Well, guess what? As an entrepreneur, you don't have time to recover from a crash and burn. So here's what we're going to do: give you a few tips on how to be successful and capitalize on the periods of creativity, but also plug in some of those prevention strategies to then transition you into production without suffering that recovery time. All right? So, straight up, the number one thing that you can do to help yourself during a period of creativity is to be sure that you have with you 24/7 a notebook and a pen or pencil to write with. Probably pen because it's going to last longer. So just a 99-cent notebook from any store. It does not have to be fancy. It doesn't have to have glitter and all kinds of stuff on the front of it. Just something very inexpensive, and you keep that thing with you at all times. On your bedside table at nighttime, because the other thing that happens during heightened period of creativity, it's so fun, and we encourage you to embrace it, because during these times you are going to have ideas and strategies and all kinds of stuff that just come to you in like this flash of brilliance, none of which may make sense to you at the time, but it's critical that you write it down so that it doesn't, number one, try to stick in your head. You're not going to be able to remember it anyway, but many times those things that you write down become part of a service or a product or how you're building out your enterprise in the future. So you cannot bank on the fact that you're going to remember it. Keep it with you all the time, and you will find that in the middle of the night, if you're sleeping, you're going to be having these ideas which wake you up out of your sleep. All right, so the notebook, totally important. The other thing, in all seriousness, is that when you are in heightened state of creativity, you're going to find that your sleep patterns will become disrupted. And it's very frustrating if you are a high level athlete, because it contradicts how we always are trying to make sure that we get solid hours of sleep. You know, how you negotiate through this is totally up to you, but don't be surprised if you're sleeping more in a nap form. You know, and that's fine. This is a very short period of time. You know, take your naps, keep that pen and paper handy by you, and sleep when you can. But from a nutritional aspect, this is a very high demand. A period of creativity, while it's very intoxicating and it's very fun to be in, it actually consumes an incredible amount of energy. Like your brain is just producing in a different way at a very high level. So you do have to support it to capitalize on the creativity and then prevent that crash and burn following it. So just be advised, have a prevention plan for yourself. Number one is to meal plan. Just like always, make sure that you are meal prepping, you're bulk cooking, and you're tending to your water needs. Because if you're engulfed in a project, it's going to be very easy, surprising as it sounds, to forget to eat or to forget to drink your water. Number two, you're going to probably need more vitamin C. All right, so whether that comes in a supplement form, you're getting it, you know, through your daily nutrition, however that works out for you, that additional vitamin C is going to be helping your adrenals so that they don't get toasted out and fried and push you into the crash and burn. The other thing is you will probably not need as much coffee or any kind of stimulant or energy drink. So we do advise that you back off on that in order to get your receptors nice and clear and ready to move into production. But then the other thing is you may also find yourself, and this is incorporation of movement, you may find yourself sitting at a computer, sitting at a desk, having interviews, having conversations where you're not up and moving around as often as you usually are. And if that happens to you, you have the ability to fix it because you are your own boss. Please be sure that if you are in a position where you're learning new stuff, you have to be seated for a period of time, you're in a car or whatever, that you are keeping intact your bodies need to move, right? Particularly your lumbar spine, stretching it out, doing core strengthening exercises, making sure that you are diligent about hip openers, chest openers, and that you're taking time to chill out from your day and to breathe yourself down into a more relaxed state again, so that you can capitalize on the creativity. Being in a more relaxed state helps you to absorb nutrients from your diet, right? So that helps you in the long run. And then also it helps to prevent the crash and burn, and it totally eases you into the next stage, which is production.